Welcome back to Startup Accounting 101, the video series for founders and small business owners to understand accounting fundamentals for running a business. This is the QuickBooks 101 series, which covers the basics and best practices for the most used accounting software of small business, which is Intuit QuickBooks Online. I'm using a sample company, which is Craig's Design and Landscaping Services. If you have QuickBooks Online, you should be able to follow along. So we are moving into a new section, which are customers. So this video will be an overview of customers in QuickBooks. Now, customers are anyone that you would provide a products and service to. So we spent a lot of time creating different types of products and services. So now we have to sell those products and services to somebody. And so we call those customers. So the next step in the overall sales process is to set up customers, and they have to be set up in the system to be able to send out estimates, invoices, sales orders, really any type of sales transaction. And there are multiple different types of sales transactions that can be sent out once the customer is created. So if we go to the Create button here, the first column are all the transactions related to customers. So it starts with customers. So when we talk about sending out an invoice, receiving a payment against the invoice and closing out the open invoice, then we can send out statements to customers, various estimates, sales orders, credit memos, different types of receipts, sales receipts, refund receipts, set up some sort of recurring payment in regards to a customer, and then various delayed credit, delayed charges, and of course, being able to add customers into QuickBooks. So we will review all of these sections in detail, and we'll do that in future videos. So there are a couple of ways to reach sort of the customer related information in QuickBooks. So we'll review that now. So the first thing would be here in All Apps. This is where you pretty much can go to any section within QuickBooks. But here within All Apps, there are a couple of places where customer information is kind of broken up. First is there's a sales and get paid section. So here's where a lot of the typical transactions will be. So we've got invoices, sales orders, recurring payments, that type of thing. That is under the sales and get paid section. Next, we have the customer hub here, where customers and estimates, hopefully they will eventually be converted into customer if they're new, is housed within the customer hub. Of course, there's a project section that is usually tied to customers. Now that is one of the ways to get to all of these different customer sections in QuickBooks. The second way is on the home screen right now. One of the widgets sitting on top is basically the apps. So here it's the same thing. Basically all the apps here is at the very top. So all of the same things. So we have the sales and get paid, customers, and projects. So they will basically all be here. There's also sales tax. We'll review that as well. And the third here, there is a pinned section down here for really the most common sections of QuickBooks. And one of them is sales. So sales and get paid is here. There's a different way to adjust and customize the pinned apps. So right now we have 3 sections that are pinned, but if there's a section that you keep going to, like customers are super important, then you can kind of save that, and then it will appear down here. But if I go back to the defaults are these 3. are by default set up in QuickBooks. So in today's video, we're going to start with the Customer Hub. So if we go there, in the Customer Hub, there's an overview. So this is a very high-level overview of customers. So here is basically a dashboard layout, and this overview is a snapshot on all the things that you might have to follow up on in regards to customers. Like, what are the things that I need to do or to be aware of? So here, first we have overdue invoices. So this is a list for you to know to follow up with customers, ask for payment status, and hopefully with the ultimate goal of your customers paying their bills and closing out these overdue or past due invoices. So this is something to be monitored on a pretty regular basis. So the next section is estimates. So if you have sent out estimates to get different types of work, whether it's for a bid, for a project, you can now, there will be a list here for to be able to follow up with that customer or potential customer and ask for status updates on the RFP or the request for proposal. So typically, most service-based companies might send out estimates to their customers. And that's here. The next section are tasks. So you can create tasks, and anything that is a customer-related task will be here in this list. So it will have the task, who it's assigned to, when it's due, and sort of the actions that are needed against the task. So this is more of an internal follow-up. You're able to use this list to have status updates, like in a weekly staff meeting, for example. So that is here. And the last in this overview are very shortcuts to really common customer-related actions. So we have, creating a new customer in the system, importing customers, creating a new invoice, and then viewing really all of the customers that you have in the system. So the next set of videos, we'll be diving into all of these different sections. And we will first start with creating a new customer in QuickBooks. So like and comment. If you found this video useful, thank you so much for watching. I know that over 75% of you watching have not yet subscribed, so please subscribe to help me keep creating these videos. Yeah, thanks so much. Bye.